What is going on, everyone? We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are...
HellaDepraved.
Yes, we are.
And I'm super excited. So, we're continuing with Pattycake Productions. And next up, Villain's Lair again, The Plan.
Are we going to be doing the shorts and stuff?
People have asked that we do them. Okay. So, like, the little impromptu musicals and stuff. I think we'll skip, like, the makeup tutorials. I don't think you need to learn how to... I don't even really wear makeup, so we'll skip those, but like the little musicals.
Is there any of them that actually pertain to the story?
Kind of, sort of. Like Princess Like You, I think is the name of one of them, is actually one of the artists, and it's a song that goes along, but as in terms of like the main story, not really. Yeah. But some of them are fun.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right, I'm excited for this because it's the Villain's Lair. And villains are villains, and I like villains.
Right.
I'm sad because Merida's not going to be in it. Merida's my favorite Disney princess, but...
Right. She'll be back.
She'll be back in like 5 videos.
Right. Unless I'm mistaken. Like, give us your 2 cents, but I'm doing them in the order of release, and it's like after episode 5 of the Villain's Lair is episode 2 of the Princess Academy, so... But I think that's correct.
I just need more Merida love.
Right. Not singing Happily Ever After either.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to react to this if you guys have already seen it. If not, click the link in the description below. Hopping over to other things. Coming back, we're a commentary, reaction, breakdown comedy channel. And what that means is we will pause for any and or all of the above. With that being said, it is time to slash down and break it down. This is Pattycake Productions, The Villain's Lair, Episode 3,
The
Plan. Let's get it.
I'm excited because now you get to see what, like, the plan is.
So, you're saying you know of a way to undo all the wrongs we've endured?
I don't believe him. He's hiding something.
Let him speak.
I warn you.
Who is that?
The dude from, Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That's why I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
One of the few Disney movies I have not seen.
He's...
Although I do know the Esmeralda.
Yeah, he's a piece of... Now, you have heard his song. We heard the Jonathan Young version on one of our lives. The Hellfire, where basically it's either I get you or no one can. But he's also part of the papacy. So, you know... not a cool guy.
We all know they're terrible people.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Kind of a joke, guys.
Though.
Kind of a joke.
Kind of. I do like the throne that he's on, though.
He's hiding something.
Let him speak.
I warn you, this had better not be a waste of our time.
No games, Doctor.
I do love games. How about a game of croquet?
Croquet!
This man's a fraud. I know the kind. He's like those cursed gypsies. They're all thieves and liars.
I won't sit here and be insulted.
That was racist as fuck.
Yeah, but it's so on point with his character. I mean, that's what Esmeralda is classified as, which is one of the reasons that he was against her in the first place. Yeah.
They're all thieves and liars.
I won't sit here and be insulted. Evening, y'all. Would have been fun. Your loss. Pardon me, Muscles, but I got business with a certain princess.
Sit back down.
Yes. If what you say is true, then we are indeed indebted to you. Bring him.
Whoa, easy, friend. My, you got biceps to spare.
And not a bit of me scraggly or scrawny. And every last inch of me's covered in...
Silence! My patience grows thin. Tell us what you know.
This plan is foolproof.
I shall be the judge of that.
I discovered a way to control time itself. A power so strong, it can alter the events of the past, the present, and the future.
What is it?
Any of y'all ever heard of the sundial of Kronos?
The fabled sundial of the ancient god of time. How would you know of such ancient magic?
My friends on the other side, of course. They're all familiar with the underworld and its secrets.
The sundial.
You know who they're missing?
So far,
Hades.
I know
He
that
should,
would be fun.
because he would be perfect, because he's
in
from the
this
underworld.
situation. Well, and also part of the Greek pantheon, which is what Kronos is from. I don't even remember, like, it's been a while. Like, I watched these as they were coming out and not since. But I don't even remember if he is brought in at some point. But I do love how, like, they're so perfectly in character. And I forget his name, but his comment about let me be the judge of that, because he is kind of like the judge, jury, and executioner in the movie. And, like, I mean,
Well,
I found myself rolling my eyes at something he said, because I was like, oh, you are so skeevy.
To be fair, though, okay, so Hades might not be around now, if he does at all even show up. Because if you think about the type of special effects needed to keep his look
Right.
correct,
He would be a hard one.
he'd
Because
be
of
really,
the,
because his head's got to be on
Well,
fire.
yeah, I mean, it's not on fire all the time, but you'd have to have a way to do it. Yeah, I don't even remember, like I said, if he makes an appearance.
He's on fire the entire movie. The only time he's not is when somebody blows his hair out, because he even goes, "Oh, is my hair out?"
But I don't remember if he ever makes an appearance or not. I just...
You're with the underworld and its secrets.
The sundial of Kronos.
God of Time. I assume you haven't gathered us here to discuss bedtime stories.
Back when the universe was new, there were only titans.
But it's the same type of animation,
Kronos,
yeah.
among the most powerful, was the god of time. He became obsessed with his power and altered time to bring about death and destruction.
Sounds delightful.
The powerful titan created the gods of Olympus. But he was petty, spiteful, and he wanted all his competition destroyed. One god fought back and defeated Kronos. The mighty Zeus.
You there! Do you understand a word of what he's saying?
It's all Greek to me.
After Zeus defeated Kronos, he imprisoned him.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it. If you guys like the video, slash that like no.
I love that the Queen of Hearts is not the brightest. Because honestly, in the stories, Alice being an inquisitive child trips her up. And then, of course, Gaston.
Is a moron.
Complete.
He's like your high school jock.
Narcissist, too. Yeah.
It's all Greek to me.
It's so great.
After Zeus defeated Kronos, he imprisoned him. Some say he was locked away on Tartarus. Some say it was a cave of night. But they were wrong.
The sundial. He was banished in the sundial.
Figure that out all by yourself, did you? The sundial gives the owner power to control time itself.
Nonsense.
I'll show you nonsense, old man.
Enough! This is quite a tale you spin.
If what you say is true, where is it? How do we find this dial? Step away from that.
I'm pretty sure that was Disney.
What?
Tailspin. Woo.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was, because they're based off of the Ducks. The Duck Family.
It is. It's on Disney Plus right now. I liked that show. And she said, "Tail you spin." And of course I'm thinking, ooh, another reference, even though it's probably really
not.
wasn't intended to be.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
I will
You
reach
know.
where I can, damn it.
How do we find this dial? Step away from that.
The cards will tell. Ooh, it's at the Princess Academy.
Of course it is.
You mean our adversaries and their simpering friends have this power? How?
Hades wielded his power for a time, but when he was defeated, it was thought to be lost. But there was one person who knew of his location.
Who?
Hades' captive, Megara.
Or Meg, as she's more commonly known.
Zeus entrusted the sundial to Meg. and ordered it sent to the Prince's Academy to be kept safe.
We must kill her.
Off with her head!
Patience. Retrieving such an item from a palace guarded by magic will require a bit more finesse.
What's that?
It will require skill, cunning, and expertise. All qualifications I readily possess.
Get that sundial, and we can control time with ease. 1, 2, 3. Revenge.
I assume you know how to unlock its power.
That's where me and my friends were at a loss. I was hoping one of y'all would know.
I knew he was a fraud.
I'm afraid your usefulness has come to an end.
Off with his head.
Ugh, it's starting to creep me out.
Something you find amusing?
This fool asks us to go to great lengths to procure an ancient mystical sundial and doesn't even know how to wield its power. How quaint.
It's a sundial. Perhaps the sun.
If only it were that easy.
I'm to understand you know how to use this dial?
Why, of course, Your Majesty.
No, please, dear. Call me Your Highness.
How does it work?
The light of the sun moves time forward, so it would be safe to assume.
The light of the moon moves time backwards.
So the legend says. But for a deed this dark, we must violate the laws of nature itself. A blood moon.
It's too bad you can't do your magic-y thing and make a blood moon.
Any ideas?
Magic mirror, instruct this knave. Give him the answers he doth crave.
These women are nothing but trouble.
I quite agree.
How amusing. There'll be no need for mirrors. I have the power.
You?
But of course, my dear. All the forces of darkness are mine to command. Creating a blood moon is but a trifle for the mistress of all evil.
Let's get that dial.
We should strike immediately.
We mustn't draw attention to ourselves. If those princesses and their filthy friends discover our plan, they'll try to stop us. Best we take a more subtle approach.
I'll go get it. I was a princess once too, you know.
I said subtle.
We'll need to sneak in.
Disguise ourselves as princesses.
Well, you already have the dress.
I'll do it. I'm something of an expert in disguises. I'll get into that school and befriend this Meg.
And then what? Ask nicely.
Oh no, she's going to give it to me. And I've always said if you want something done right, do it yourself.
Yeah, but wasn't Megara not there?
Not
In the last
in the
video?
last one. Sure.
Oh.
It's done.
All right, not what I expected. I was
But at
hoping
least,
for a song.
well, yeah. But at least you have a better concept of what's going on.
I do. But I feel like that's where they're going to go anyways. They kind of mentioned turning back time in the last song.
Well, I mean, he had just mentioned that that's what they had to do in order to get their lives on the track that they want. But they hadn't mentioned, he hadn't brought up the sundial or any other part of it yet.
So, I liked it. Other than not having music, which is what I was really hoping for.
Right.
I now feel like we just watched...
It's an interim episode type thing, you know.
But no, if I had one complaint outside of that, I am not a big fan of the guy that they got to play the dude from Princess and the Frog. Because I don't feel he has a heavy enough Louisianan accent.
Ah, okay.
So I'm not feeling the connection with the character as it truly was in the show.
I mean, in terms of attitude, the look, all of that, I think is pretty accurate. The references, obviously, that are put into his script
Right.
are accurate. But I could see what you mean in terms of just
like,
sort of like the dialect.
And the reason why I said is there's times he tried to say things like a Louisianan accent naturally would, and it came off as feeling unnatural.
then again, we also have a couple people that
Also true.
we know that, so.
But it was fine. It was a good episode. I just want music, damn it.
I know. And they're so good at it.
Yes.
I remember waiting in between, and I was like, it wasn't a musical. I'm sad. But
Disney's are musicals, damn it.
yeah, but you got to have the little skits in between too. So I do understand. But I'm excited. That also might be why it gets to episode 5 before we even hit Princess Academy again. Yeah, I'm just excited that they have all the references, and honestly, Gaston being such a fucking nimwit cracks me up. It's all Greek to me.
I think it's funny I mentioned the whole Hercules thing, and then all of a sudden we get that happens here all the time, guys.
And the animation that
Right.
they did is perfect. So,
if I had, okay, so the puns are fantastic, even if I groan at them.
right.
I still enjoy puns. I guess I'm a little bummed that they're going to send the queen into Princess Academy. While that is something she would do, because let's be real,
Disguises.
she's done it before.
Right.
It would just be fun to see somebody else do it.
I thought it was fun that the Queen of Hearts offered, though.
Right.
And she was like, I said subtle.
Right. Like, I don't know who they could have gotten to do. I mean, this is the logical choice.
Yeah.
I think it would have been fun to see someone else
Attempt it.
attempt it.
Yeah, but you can't have a couple failed attempts before.
Because here's
Yeah.
going to be my problem. She's going to be successful because they have to be in order for the story to really continue. But it's kind of irritating to think that Snow White will fall for that twice.
Yeah, I don't even remember how that works out. Like, if Snow is...
I'm hoping she's not there so that it at least
Right,
doesn't
that's what I
feel
was
like
just
Snow
gonna
White's
say.
that gullible.
But, look, in the story, and I don't mean the animated Disney cartoon, in the legit story, she falls for it fucking 3 times.
Yeah, she's not smart.
No one ever claimed she was.
But there's also a part of me that kind of is curious to see what they do with it as well. Because, like, I feel like there are a couple princesses that are going to know it's bullshit. Just because of their characters in the movies.
Well, and here's the thing.
Again, Merida being a prime example.
Well, but
she's
Megara
not gullible.
is no idiot either.
Who?
Megara.
Right. Meg's not an idiot. She's been dealt, like, she went through a whole situation.
I'm a damsel in distress. I got this.
Right. Although I wouldn't necessarily consider her a princess.
Although she is. Because she was actually the daughter of the king of Thanos, I believe.
Yeah, but they don't stress that enough in the show for you to get the Disney princess feel.
but she is. Yeah. So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a couple princesses I could just see being like, now this chick's up to something.
Right. Well, I mean, we'll get there when we
we'll
get
see.
there, but it's always fun to be kind of like, So, it won't happen fast enough since there's already all these episodes out. It's tempting to just sort of,
For those of you that don't know, I like to speculate on things. I do it at the end of every Marvel thing. Me and the homies.
We do it all the time.
Me and the homies get together and talk about where we think things are going to go, what's going to happen. Me and my buddy, my best friend of all time, Joe, we would sit around after every Assassin's Creed game that we would beat and talk about what we think the series is doing. It's just
normally the
something I do.
two of us sit there and do it. I'm trying not to give anything that I do know that happens away. But again, I watched these when they first came out, and then not again since. So I don't really remember a whole lot of it from this point forward.
Belle's pretty smart too. I don't see her necessarily falling for it.
Yeah, I just honestly I don't remember.
I don't know.
Who's present, who's not, and really how it goes down.
I could see Cinderella falling for it. She's kind of...
There's a couple that are known for being sweet. Yeah.
All right, so if you guys liked the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below. What did you think of Pattycake Productions, The Villain's Lair, Episode 3 with The Plan? Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
We love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you to pray people later. Peace.